Hey everyone, and welcome back to round 7 of the Oregon State Championship. My name is Kenny Wisdom, and on your left we've got Tony Paull, and on your right we have Graham Westby. We saw Graham playing a little bit earlier, and it looks as if he has advanced to 5-0-1. Tony Paull we haven't seen on camera yet today, and it looks like he's playing Virizion Genesect. So we see Tony not get exactly what you want if you're the Virizion Genesect player. Opening 2 Genesects, no Virizion, and having to attach a Plasma Energy turn 1 is not exactly where you want to be. You see he does get the Virizion. I'm not sure if I would have even played the Plasma there. I would maybe play the Plasma on the Virizion and then hope that Graham doesn't have the... Oh, okay, sorry. He looks like he Colorus Machine for that. Sorry, I was messing with some technical stuff during that. That makes a lot more sense. Still not sure I would do that. I might just to go ahead and attach to the Virizion. He has no cards in hand, so if he top decks an energy, he can retreat and Emerald Slash, which seems pretty powerful. But at the same time, I guess he can just do the maximum amount of damage. For instance, if he were to so Graham plays a Toad, and then if he were to top deck a supporter, he can be in a better place aggressively, I suppose. Interesting decision either way. Tony with no cards in hand, though. It's going to make it tough to actually win this match. And there's the DCE, the Verbank, and the Juniper. Graham Westby playing very fast. And there's a Zubat. Considering retreating to heal the poison just because, yeah, he wants to get the Quaking Punch off this turn anyway. Quaking Punch passed, Tony draws. And he passes. It's super unfortunate. 5 off the Golbat. Juniper. And goes up to 100 with Switch and something else in hand. Can't quite tell what it is. Ooh, looks like a Verbank City Gym, perhaps? Taking a look through Graham's discard pile. And there's a retreat into the Virizion and a passing of the turn. And there's the Crobat to bring that Genesect up to 130, and a Juniper. And here's the Scoop Up and a Tails. Another Scoop Up, and there's the Heads. Zubat back down. 160 there. There's the Muscle Band and the Acrobite. Graham really going off this turn. Oh, and Tony having to pass the turn again. And there's the knockout on the Genesect, just brutal. The bats are just so powerful. And we see Zubat hit the field. There's another super scoop up, misses, unfortunately for Graham. And so Tony goes up to 100 after the poison. So there's the trump card. Not really sure what that's going to do. He's going to go ahead and get knocked out via the poison. Due to the Burbank City Gym there. And he has, looks like Ultra Ball versus League or something else in his hand. It must be the switch from before, all items. And there's the knockout. 20 on the Genesect. Ultra Ball. I imagine getting either Jirachi to get a supporter or just getting a Crobat. The Crobat will bring the Genesect to 50, which after the Quaking Punch would be 100. But yeah, he's going to go ahead and get that Juniper off of the Jirachi and slam it. No really to attach. I think he wants to save the attachments for something relevant, such as another Seismitoad, or even just a water on that original Seismitoad. And there's a laser. Wow. Acrobike. And there's an Ultra Ball. Seismitoad, Golbat. Crobat, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 130 damage will be on the Genesect by the time this turn ends. So Tony has one draw step to get out of this. And just decides to go ahead and concede. So Graham Westby winning a quick, dominating game one after Tony has a pretty terrible start, and then it doesn't get any better. So pretty rough. I mean, I can't really imagine a game that's more rough than that. Just literally draw passing every turn, save for playing a Lysander's trump card. It's gotta be wearing on Tony. Luckily, Tony is sitting at 6-0, so he can afford a loss. Like, I think if Tony were paired against another 6-0, which there are not any, but if he had been, he could easily take a draw here and then take a draw next round, even take a loss next round, and he's fine. And then if he takes a win, he secures the #1 seed for sure. So pretty unfortunate that Tony even has to play this round, because he could, if he loses, and then if he loses this round, loses the next one, he's 6-2. He could be out. I'm not sure what the math is, but there could be 6-2s that miss, and Graham Westby moving to 6-0-1 will also be safe if he wins. A draw would lock him for sure. 6-1-1 should be safe according to our math, so it wouldn't really matter. Both players in the same position. And we are off. So Virizion start much better for Tony this time. He has the grass in hand. I can see he's going to go ahead and attach that. He has a Burbank City Gym in hand that he can safely attach via his protection from Verdant Wind. Yeah, there we go. He also looks like he has a Getsis in hand, which could be. Yeah, I was gonna say I might actually fire it off. He loses Muscle Band, Ultra Ball, and Laser, and then Tony just gets to go ahead and draw 3. Charon effect. Hopefully he has another Genesect tier. I see he doesn't have a way to search out. I guess he has a Skyla for next turn. Draw 0 Sick, Plasma Energy, and Jirachi, I think. So pretty nice go of it there. Wait, was it 4? It must have been 4, I suppose. Oh no! Oh, I totally missed that. Actually, Graham just went ahead and passed. Wow, just nothing. Absolutely nothing going on. All apologies for that. I just completely missed it. Graham didn't really fan his handouts. I couldn't really see what was in it, but the content was just been dead. And now we might just see 2 absolute blowouts. The draw for turn was a DCE, so if his hand didn't get any better. Oh, he has a Seismitoad. Okay, so he can play Seismitoad, attach a DCE to that one. I mean, it's really all he can do. Yep, and that's gonna be game. Wow, what an intense 2 games, just absolute beatings back and forth. As always, On the Bubble is brought to you by Top Cut Central. Go to topcutcentral.com if you want to buy some Virizions or Genesects or Plasma Energies, or you want to pre-order some packs of Roaring Skies, you want to get a nice play mat like the ones you see on your screen. Whenever you support Top Cut Central, you're supporting On the Bubble and me, and we could not do this without Top Cut Central. This is a lot of time, money, effort, work, etc. to put on these streams, and Top Cut Central makes that all possible. They're a big part of the process. So if you like the streams and want to see them continue, definitely check out topcutcentral.com. Also, a good time to plug our Facebook page at facebook.com/OTBPokemon. We basically post everything there. All the news about potential streams or events or anything like that will be on there. Occasionally, I'll repost the YouTube videos to there, although I don't do that much because people don't like the spam on Facebook. If you want to check out Twitter, facebook.com/OTBPokemon. Gets a little bit less use than the Facebook, but it does have all the YouTube videos, including deck profiles and things posted on there. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, check it out at twitter.com/KWISDUMB. You can follow me on there. I mainly talk about Pokemon, but I also make jokes and talk about other random things. So definitely check us out there. All the support, subscribing to the YouTube, subscribing to Twitch, all that stuff definitely helps us out. And let's hope we get less of a lopsided Game 3. Zubat on the bench for Graham. Laser, Verbank, Tails. And there's an N.
League challenge players, the roster is on the wall. It's posted.
Here are the league challenge announcements.
League challenge players, check the roster. Your name and your group is correct. Thank you.
There's an Acrobike. Discard the laser. There's a computer switch discarding 2 Junipers. The Dark Explorer's printing and the full art. Going over the standings for this tournament real quick. We have Tony Paull, Graham Westby, Richard R. Reynolds, Andrew Jackson, Polo Lee. All of those players are 5-1 or better. Also, Jory Ackerman, those players are 5-1 and better, so 15 points or more. And then 14 points, we have Stefan Tobacco, Ethan Batson, Matthew Holst, and Joe Sanchez. And yeah, that's the top 10 players right there. So let's see, we've got a couple names I don't recognize, a couple Oregon players, a couple Washington players, a couple Cali players. So makes up about what you'd expect. There's an Ultra Ball getting rid of an Energy Switch and a Plasma. Graham got the pretty much ideal turn 1. I guess the actual ideal would be getting another Zubat on the bench, but you can't complain about the DCE Muscle Band Laser Verbank. And there's I think that's an Illumise there from Primal Clash. It does a Helping Hand for a grass, search your deck for a basic energy card and attach it to one of your Pokemon, shuffle your deck afterwards. So this lets you accelerate a little bit, and also does Twirling Sign for 10, and your opponent's active is now confused. So it looks like the Colorless Machine's going to go ahead and hit on that Genesect, and then a switch, I imagine, is coming. Yeah, there's the switch. And I'm going to do a Helping Hand, a little mini Emerald Slash. Oh, it looks like he's actually just going aggro. Just going to go ahead and Twirling Sign. He's confused. 70 after the poison. Oh, 60. Oh, 90 after poison. Okay, yeah. And there's a Verse Seeker for Juniper. Super Scoop Up's going to be huge here. It's a Tails. Tony's thanking his lucky stars for that one. Another Zubat on the bench. Ultra Ball. Illumise thing with 70 hit points. And there's the Golbat. So I'm going to put 2 on the bench, Genesect. Flip for Confusion misses. Wow, that's actually just a beating. Wow, Graham misses the flip. Quaking Punch doesn't happen, and if Tony just passes here, the Seismitoad will be knocked out. Colress for 8. And then Graham stuck with 1 card in hand. Didn't quite. Oh, he has 2 cards. Maybe more. He has a couple. Sorry, he was holding it away that only showed 1. And nothing really on board. He has a Seismitoad, but if he doesn't have a DC, it's not going to do him too much good. There's the second Genesect filling the bench for Tony. There's the Ultra Ball. Getting rid of 2 copies of Skylo, looks like. Just going to go ahead and fail the search, just thinning out his deck a bit. Maybe just checking how many grass energy were left. Helping Hand, the Genesect, or sorry, the Seismitoad gets knocked out, attached to the Virizion. And there's 50, and there's a Colress. Okay, so Graham was holding a few cards and is now going to get to Colress for 8 and potentially get right back into this game. What will really matter here is if he can hit the DCE or not. That's absolutely essential to his deck, and if he doesn't hit it, it's going to be pretty rough for him, going to 70 after the sneaky placement. And there's a Zubat on the bench. Super Scoop Up is a heads. I think there's some debate about the angle. Just going to go ahead and reflip. There's a heads anyway. Play the Zubat back down. Doesn't look like there's any DC. I have to imagine Graham would have already played it there. Oh, there's a DC. Okay, so and then the Muscle Band even. Wow. So He's getting back into this game, but unfortunately, he's left it. So I might have actually put the last Golbat onto the Illumise just to knock it out and get it out of my way. I mean, it can do 60 in Confusion. When you saw how well that worked out last time, and being a non-EX and all, and Seismitoad has a 2-shot, I'm not sure it's really the best line of action. Of course, he could have outs to Golbat in his hand, and he can evolve to the Golbat next and just knock it out that way, and kind of give make Tony have to send something up during Graham's turn. Definitely a possibility. And there's a Juniper. And there's a retreat into the Virizion. Powering up that fresh Genesect. Yeah, and there's the Golbat, gonna bring up the Genesect EX to 90. Now 120. And there's the Getsus, drawing him 3 cards. Getsus definitely putting in work this game, or this match. Another Genesect onto the bench. And there's a knockout. Tony going to 2 prizes left with a Genesect on board. And Graham does not have a Seismitoad, so he may not be able to get off the Quaking Punch this turn. Juniper is his last card in hand. And what is he really hoping? Because if he gets a Quaking Punch, the thing is, if he gets Quaking Punch this turn, it's just the Genesect can just do 200 and knock it out. So he might just have to play with these non-EXs. I think he just wants to draw the extra card, take the knockout there. It's not too relevant, but it does help him to just draw more cards and put himself in a position where if anything weird happened, he could win. Both players are going to take a look through their discard pile. Ultra Ball's going to get the Golbat. And so Graham, assuming that this Crobat will not live, but Graham can go down to 2 prizes. Or can go down to 1 prize if they're knocking out the Jirachi. So they'll trade, they'll go down to 1 prize and look at the Jirachi, but then it'll be on Tony to have another. Although Tony can just get a Lysander here off of the Versus Seeker, I imagine, is the optimal plan, because it allows him to knock out anything as long as both Golbats would involve the Crobats. Chooses to take Call Risk. Maybe he's going to fire that off this turn. I guess I suppose he also has the plasma energy for the kind of the Lysander-like effect anyway. Versus Seeker for Juniper. I'm just going to go ahead and end Graham down. There's a knockout, 20 on the other Crobat. Graham draws. There's a Seismitoad DCE, but the weakness will still come into play here. There's a Versus Seeker. Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess if he plays Zero Sick, he can knock off the Muscle Band on the active Genesect. But just Junipers for 7. There's the Ultra Ball. And I don't know if I was gonna say, I don't know if there's much that really saves him. And Tony Paull advancing to 7-0. Well, now a perfect lock for top 8. I think potentially a lock. Well, not quite a lock, depending on how a couple things break. A lock for top seed. So we are going to be right back with round 8.